Hi everyone and welcome back to Too Cool for Middle School. It is the beginning of 2019 and I love the beginning of a new year or a new school year because it means I get new planners and calendars. As much as I love technology and doing a lot on my phone and on my computer, I still just have this love for paper and for writing things down, especially when it's something like a goal or a dream, something that I really want to make happen. I feel like there's some kind of power in actually handwriting that down. So even though I do some things digitally and I know that really that's more efficient, I still have my fair share of paper. I don't go as crazy as I used to. I have all of these Erin Condren planners right here from years past, and I did like all the stickers, all the color coordinated spreads, all that kind of stuff, but it's very expensive, and this year I didn't do all that. So let me show you what I did do. First of all, I've got a new calendar right here. This is the one that I always like forget to change, and I'll be like, March favorites, and it still says January. I got this one at Target for like $3. I was gonna put it in my classroom, but I do need one for right there, so I might go back and get another one for my classroom. I haven't decided yet if I like the color. Same color as my earrings. I don't know. For now, I guess we'll just keep that one. Now, our kitchen is very boring and has very little decoration in it. So I always like to put up a pretty calendar. That's basically the only way that I have to decorate it. So this year I got this one from Anthropologie. I just thought it was so pretty. It's a world traveler calendar. It's by Rifle Paper Company. It's not the most like effective as far as writing down everything that we need to remember, but ooh, January is Paris. It just has the days of the week, and really all we need a calendar for in the kitchen is just to like see if our food is expired or not. So we don't have to write a whole lot down. So this is fine. And again, I just like to have something really pretty to look at in the kitchen. I always have to check my birthday month. Do you ever do that? Okay, July is my birthday month. Oh yay, I get Haiti. Look how pretty that is. And I would love to do more traveling this year, so maybe this calendar will kind of inspire some of those traveling goals. Those were the only new calendars that I bought this year. Now let's move on to planners, and I have several that I'm just actually carrying over from 2018. So last year I started this bullet journal. It doesn't look all that exciting, and this is really just for like work stuff, like keeping track of my YouTube content and things like that. So for example, here I wrote down all of the videos that I did each month. So in July, okay, I posted 10 videos. In August, I posted 8 videos. And it's just useful for me to kind of like keep track of stats like this. And it's just in a little bit different format than my other types of planners. I also kept track of like the items that I would put in my monthly favorites videos. This was fun too. I just kept track of all of the books that I read in 2018. I know I could use Goodreads, but there's something about like writing all of them down that I really like, and then I always post them on Instagram too. So I only used 62 pages in this, so then I just put a little tab right here and started a 2019 section. I'm keeping track of my YouTube content. I have 3 videos up already for the month of January. I have another section for the books completed in 2019. My goal is to create at least one Teachers Pay Teachers product per month. I uploaded one for January on banned books. It's a structured academic controversy. I love those. I wrote down some goals. So yeah, just stuff like that. Like, this is not necessarily very pretty or anything. Even the outside, you know, just looks very boring, but this is like really useful for me to just keep track of things. And I always like to talk about the pens that I use as well. So for this journal, I use the Papermate Inkjoy 0.5 gel pens. And these I find just like work really well in this planner. Let me see if I have like the brand. I don't remember where I got this, but really all bullet journals are pretty much the same. And there are a million really cool YouTube videos about how to do bullet journals. Just do a quick Google search and you'll find amazing stuff. The other carryover planner that I have from last year is this one. This is an Erin Condren monthly planner, and so it doesn't have all of the days and like the weekly spreads and stuff. It just has the month at a glance like this, and so I would just put in the things that I had every day of the month, and then it just has lined pages. So what I've ended up using this for, if I switch over to January, is just in general, you know, my monthly appointments and things that we have going on. And then I also keep track of my budget in this planner, and I write down all of my bills and anything that's like financial stuff I just keep in here. So this one doesn't really like travel with me in my bag or anything. I keep this at home, and on the first of the month I get this out and I take care of all my bills and make sure that everything is paid and accounted for and all of that. And I like to look ahead at the month and just see what I have coming up. So both of these actually are just like planners that stay at home in my office. Another planner that I'm carrying over from 2019 is my lesson planner, because I usually buy things for a school year rather than like the calendar year. So this year I got the Planning to Change the World Plan Book for Social Justice Teachers from Rethinking Schools, and I have really loved this. It doesn't allow space for like really detailed lesson plans, and it's not cutesy at all, but I love it. So I just break it up into 4 sections like this. So my history lessons go right here, English, things I need to do on my prep period, and then any like to-do stuff after school goes down here. So obviously these are not like full lesson plans, they're just notes for me so that I know what's coming up in my week. And then the amazing thing about it is that for every single day they tell you significant events in like civil rights history, for example. So like Monday the 3rd was International Day of Persons with Disabilities, and that is not something that shows up on most calendars. December 9th was the 70th anniversary of the UN Convention on Genocide. And then on the right-hand side of each weekly layout, they also just highlight an organizer or a civil rights leader, and there's a quote by this person and their picture. Down at the bottom also, they always have just like a question for the week. Really insightful questions like, how is the fight for disability rights different from the struggle for disability justice? What are the reasons that compel some young people to leave school before graduating? So as you're planning, you're really thinking about the bigger picture because you have so many little reminders. So I love that. And then let me just show you. Okay, this much of it is planning pages, and this much is actually just resources. So at first you get a list of resources by month. So if you're trying to plan your month, like let's say January, I've got all the days of January, and then I know, for example, that January 11th is National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. This is definitely something that I wanted to cover, especially after doing December last month, also last year and last month. So then they also provide me with a resource that I could use to teach on this day. So this is an article, I think, What is Modern Slavery? Investigating Human Trafficking. In this lesson, students learn about human trafficking, also known as modern day slavery. So yeah, I can totally use this. It gives me the web address, and it also lets you know which age level this is appropriate for. So this says M and H, so this would be middle school and high school. Oh, Caribbean Connection. Ugh, I love this so much. So they have all of the months in the back, and then also there are a list of resources by theme that are in alphabetical order. So if, for example, you wanted to teach about war and imperialism or environmental justice issues, you can turn to that section and it provides a whole bunch of resources for you. So anyway, I've been using this to do my lesson planning, and it's different from what I've done in the past. It's not color-coded, it's not cutesy with stickers and pretty, but I really, really like it. And it's just nice and compact too. And I do bring this one back and forth actually. It's on my desk at work during the day so I can kind of plan as I go, but then I just put it in my like tote bag as I leave for the day, and I can do planning at home too because it's just small enough that it's fine to bring back and forth. And I am very fortunate I don't have to turn in like typed lesson plans. I type out my agenda and learning goals and all of that on a Google slide every day, and I have that on my board like for most of the period while my students are in there, and then they also always have access to that Google slide so they can see anything they missed or be reminded of what the homework was that day or whatever. So I do have a digital running kind of lesson planner thing. I should do a whole separate video on that. I will. I'm sorry, why have I not done that? So that's a little bit more official, and I can put like links in there and be a little bit more specific with things, but this planner is just for me. Okay, I have a couple of new planners that I'm really excited about. You guys, look at this one. How adorable is this? I saw it on Amazon. I have this book, Bad Girls Throughout History, and this is like a daily planner with all of these beautiful women in it. This camera does not like it when I put something white up in front of my face. It throws it off. But anyway, this is what the week looks like. So there's not a ton of room to write things down, but whatever, you get all of these beautiful illustrations for every single week. So for this week, I get Anna May Wong, and her birthday was on Thursday. And then I can only really write down like a couple things per day, but that's perfect. I don't need to be filling my day with 1,000 activities and things. So I've just been filling this one in for this year. And I think this is another one that's small enough that I can just like take it back and forth with me and just use it to reference. And it's just so cool to be reminded of these amazing women. Let's see. Oh, I got, yes, for my birthday on July 11th, I get Malala. How exciting is that? I get the best one. So then if you want to know any more about these women in the planner, you just get the book, Bad Girls Throughout History by Ann Shen, and she has detailed biographies of each of them. So I love that those two go together. And then of course I could not resist. They were also selling these note cards that have bad girls throughout history. So I just think these are so beautiful. And anytime I need to write anyone a note, which I do pretty often, I can use one of these guys. So here's Queen Elizabeth I. It's just like these little note cards, and they have a quote on the back. The past cannot be cured. The monarch who reigned for 45 years and gave her name to an era. So there's Queen Elizabeth, Ching Shi, Jane Austen, Queen of Hawaii, Ada Lovelace, Josephine Baker, Carmen Miranda, Maya Angelou, and Dolly Parton. And they come with these cute little envelopes. So I'm really excited about these. I know it's not a planner or a calendar, but it came in the same box as my planner when I ordered it from Amazon. I can just link these below, but I love these. I'm so excited about them. I'm going to keep them in my classroom. Okay, and then one other planner that I got, this was in my winter cost box actually, and I just think that it's so pretty. I love this kind of like grid look, and then it's got the gold corners. I just think it's really pretty. And I also like how they kind of separate out the days of the week. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to use this one for. I was thinking maybe like a meal planner or something, and maybe I could keep this one like in the kitchen, because sometimes it is nice to have like different planners for different purposes. Okay, let me just like recap what I have so far, because even I'm starting to get confused. This one, too cool for middle school stuff. This one, budgeting and monthly calendar. This one, lesson planning. This one, personal life. I'm not sure about this one yet, but I'll find something for it. Okay, the very last one I have to show you is this binder. I have a vlog where I like put all this together, so I can link that for you. But this one is going to be my scripture writing journal for 2019. So I just bought this binder at Target, and then I printed these pages from Etsy. You guys, Etsy is like Teachers Pay Teachers for regular people. You can download stuff and print it. So this is from Beloved Society. It's a scripture writing plan. So I really love the graphics. And then for each day of the week, they give you a different scripture to write out. I just put in my own, you know, pieces of college ruled paper. Pretty easy. And each day I get to sit down and write out some verses. And I really enjoy doing that. I love to handwrite things. It helps me to memorize things when I actually write it down. And I feel like the words are just becoming more of a part of me compared to just reading them or maybe typing them out or something. So I love that like different actions with words sort of produce different things. Like I think speaking passages, like maybe scripture or poems or speeches, I think that's so cool to actually speak it out loud, to memorize things, to handwrite them out, to type them up, to read them. There's so much that we can do with just the words that are powerful to us. So even if it isn't scripture for you, maybe it's just like amazing quotes that you love or like passages from books. I think it's really cool to have those words in your own handwriting. So I also really enjoy having this, and it's just gonna stay right here at my desk, and then every day I'll have a time that I just like take a break. It takes about, I don't know, maybe around 10 minutes, where I just sit and look up the verse, read it a couple of times, handwrite it, and then I do always like read it out loud to myself a few times. And so I just have that little portion of my day when I come in here and try to get away from everything else. And I just have to show you the pens that I use for everything besides my bullet journal. It's these. These are my favorite pens of all time. These are the 0.38 millimeter gel ink pens from Muji. Muji just has my favorite pens, you guys. This package is $8. I'll try to link these. They have stores in the United States, but they're a Japanese brand. I had to stock up and get a couple packages. I literally use these until the ink is entirely gone. They're just like so smooth and so nice. Okay, that's everything. That's kind of a lot. Now that I like sat here and talked through everything, I've got a lot of stuff. But I love my planners and I think they keep me more organized. I'm pretty sure they do. Could just all be an illusion. I'm not really sure. How about you? Are you more of a digital organization person or a paper planner person? Actually, one of my goals this year is to also step up my digital organization game. I just need to do better with like my Google Drive and my files, cleaning up my desktop on my own computer. So I think digital organization is actually really important too. And I need to put a little bit more effort into that. It's a skill for sure. I hope your 2019 is off to a great start. Thank you so much for watching this video. Happy planning. Bye.